Ever wondered if your rental screening criteria is too strict? Let's discuss ways to strike a balance between finding amazing tenants with an exceptional background and sitting on the market an excessively long period. I'm Jason with Bell Properties. As a landlord, it's essential you have goals in mind when searching for the perfect tenants for your property. However, how can you tell if your tenant screening criteria are too strict? Having an overly restrictive tenant criteria can prevent you from filling vacancies or even overlook acceptable candidates. Some aspects of your screening criteria that could be too strict include having a rigid minimum credit score requirement, stringent rent-to-income ratio range, inflexible criminal record policy, and a no pets policy. Let's evaluate your tenant screening criteria to ensure that you fill vacancies quickly with great tenants. You're more than a landlord. You're an expert juggler that handles a million major decisions, all while walking on a financial tightrope stretched between two opposing sides. Sure, you might not have a shiny leotard or pet tiger, but you too must keep everything in perfect balance if you want to profit. Finding that equilibrium means constantly navigating between choices, whether it is figuring out exactly what rent to charge, the ideal duration of your rental agreement, or, above all, who to accept as a tenant. Your intent is to find that perfect tenant who will occupy your rental unit for years. But selecting the wrong tenant can lead to plenty of problems. Damage to your rental property, violation of lease terms, non-payment of rent, all can take a big chunk out of an independent landlord's bottom line. It's understandable that you might be weary about your next tenant. You're not alone. About 84% of landlords consider payment problems their primary concern when it comes to finding a new tenant. And it makes sense, as non-payment of rent could lead to a variety of serious problems, including falling behind on your own financial obligations, and, in worst-case scenario, having to go through a costly eviction process. The cost of having to evict someone can be as much as $10,000 or more. In addition to the financial hit, evictions take at least 3 to 4 weeks to finalize, and the process can be incredibly demanding on your time and attention, resources that are typically scarce for independent landlords. With all these potential problems and justified worries, it makes perfect sense that landlords want to set strict rental screening criteria to have the best odds of finding a responsible tenant. There may be a danger in being too restrictive. Having very strict renter criteria could lead to an extended vacancy. You can unintentionally filter out otherwise great candidates. Considering vacancies can cost landlords up to $1,750 per month, it is worthwhile to understand the factors that go into selecting a great tenant. Review your own criteria and employ a comprehensive screening service that will give you the financial and behavioral insights you need to make a confident rental decision, regardless of how your applicant looks on paper. If you're seeking perfect balance, then a comprehensive tenant screening service like TransUnion Smart Move can give you invaluable insights that can help guide your tenant selection. Below, we'll look at some of the criteria landlords consider while choosing someone. For more tips and guidance on selecting great tenants, visit our owner's blog at www.bellpropertymgt.com or call us at 8003-413-281.